we made a wrong turn and we are on our way to prom with the killer on the loose and Courtney can't find her weed. This is the Wrong Turn podcast. I am Edgar, and I'm here with Courtney. How are you doing, Courtney?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. We got Ming and Niche running interference in the background. And it is Courtney's birthday.
Yay!
And insert, I'm
Okay.
clapping.
All right, I roll into
This is Courtney's choice?
I think so.
Courtney's birthday pick?
It was my birthday pick because I got the 420 birthday, y'all. Thank you. Ming helped because I literally sat down and I was like, well, I think we got to do a pot themed one, and I didn't really want to do the Cheech and Chong route. What is it called? Like Killer Bong? Maybe it's not that.
Evil
Bong.
No,
I didn't want to go that route, even though it's easy and they are pretty silly. But Ming was the one that brought up Idle Hands, and I forgot, but I've definitely seen this movie 2 million times.
We've all seen it way too many times. This is the quintessential comedy horror stoner movie. I don't know any other one.
Comedy, weed, horror. So weed obviously is a huge part of this story.
So we will be playing it in the background just for point of reference as we go through it. We're going to make fun of it. And just because we make fun of it doesn't mean that we do not love it. Because we love what we do here and we love talking shit. So Idle Hands from 1999, starring Devin Sawa, Seth Green, Eldon Henson, Jessica Alba, and Vivica A. Fox, directed by Ron Felder, who also directed a full circle, Courtney, Leprechaun 2.
Oh, hell yeah. We didn't watch that one.
I've seen it.
I've seen it. We didn't do it for the podcast,
Yeah.
because it's my least favorite Leprechaun.
But he's done like a few horror movies.
Okay.
The Unborn, 1991. Leprechaun 2, 1999. 1999's Idle Hands. 2014 Play Nice, which I might have seen, but I do not remember. And Eat Brains Love. All right. So this is not rated very well. Probably.
Understandable, even though I do love it.
I think it's
But on the rewatch here, I was like, okay. But I still loved every second.
a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That also seems fair, to be honest.
Metacritic 31. But it was a budget of $25 million and it only grossed $4.2 million.
It was a bomb.
It was a pretty big bomb. You know why?
Bomb. Oh, because of Columbine.
Because of Columbine.
So speaking of 420, that actually happened on April 20th as well.
Yeah, it was the same month. Yeah, so hence a lot of people did not.
Another
watch
day to relate to my birthday. Also Hitler's birthday. So fun facts. I'm full of fun facts.
I wonder if Hitler was a stoner.
But yeah, the reason why it did so bad was because Columbine had just happened. And this was a teen horror movie about teens getting murdered and also taking place a bit in a high school. So I get it. Timing didn't work out for them.
You know, it's funny. If it hadn't been for they reshot the ending, and if it hadn't been for the reshoots, probably it might have been rated a lot higher. Probably would have done fine. Because I think it's a fine movie.
It's fine. It's a totally fun horror teen slasher. The deaths are silly and creative.
And like, you just knew like the pitch for this fucking movie was just like Idle Hands of the Devil's Playground. And be like, what if they were?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happens. Devin Sawa's character, Anton, basically his hand gets possessed by a demonic force. So we start off the movie with a nice suburban street, and we have this lovely couple, which... Are these Anton's parents?
Yes. Yeah. They're Anton's parents.
But but he finds different people in his house later.
No, it's just really bad special effects. It's just really bad makeup.
Because they're dressed differently later.
it's just he does find the bodies of his dead parents later, and it looks nothing like his parents.
Yeah.
But yes, those are his parents.
I did.
Just remember,
Yeah.
it was 1999.
Yeah, this is the end of an era. I thought this movie came out later, actually.
I did too, but it did not.
Yeah. So the parents are going to bed. They turn off the light, and then with a black light, it says, "I'm under the bed." So the mom freaks out. And she's telling the husband, which is played by a great character actor.
It's Fred something, isn't it? He is a great character actor. He's in so many fun movies. But they say right here, they're like, "Oh, it's just a prank. It's
Fred
Anton."
Willard. There.
Fred Willard?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I also, real quick, this is a great Halloween movie to watch during Halloween, and I forgot that it was centered around Halloween.
It should have been. It should have come out on Halloween.
I know, and that's what confused me when I was like, "Oh, why didn't we?" Because remember we were doing our lists this past Halloween, and I was like, "Why didn't we throw this one in here?" But so next year I will.
So then Fred Willard, Anton's dad, they're freaking out. I mean, of course, if I saw a horrific fucking note written scrawled on my ceiling, I'm like, how the fuck did they get up there?
But I guess the point I was making is it's Halloween time, so they just thought it was a fun prank. And so, yeah, Anton's dad, Fred, was like, well, I'm going to go check. But then, which I do enjoy with this cold open, is that they both get fucking sliced.
Oh, yeah, they get fucking...
right away.
I do like how everybody gets fucking pretty much done in this movie. They do not hold... Their house, it's like that. Their house is painted like bright green. I'm like, who the fuck would paint their fucking house?
You're correct in terms of whatever house they found to shoot this film, whether it was on purpose or not. Like, it's a choice. Or maybe it was, I don't know if it was a choice being like, yeah, we're going to do this, or it was like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, I don't know if it's like, 420 green or something like that. I don't know if it's... But pretty sure Ming had that color in her room when I met her. Like, that is a very bright...
It's an avocado. It's darker than avocado.
Yeah. Oh, and they do have green stuff everywhere, so she has green.
Is it a pop thing?
Now I understand. Okay.
Edgar just made the connection with... Because later you find his dead parents in the jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
The scarecrow jack-o'-lanterns.
So then... Mom falls over, and then she slipped through some blood, and now she's covered in it. She freaks out. She runs upstairs, screaming for Anton, wondering where her son is because he lives in the attic, as a high schooler would. 100%. You're going to either live in the attic or live in the basement. You want to get away from your parents as much as possible. Want a little privacy. Mom goes and she dials 911. She's shaking. She's doing a great job.
Yeah. And then she just gets dragged under the bed. It's good stuff. And smushed.
Not just like you don't even know how these people are even getting murdered.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's I kind of like. But yeah, it almost is like a blueberry. Just smushes her.
Yeah. It felt like a smush, but like really, how would it? Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And then we move right into our lovely leading man, Devon Sawa, who has the attic, like you mentioned, which I think is dope. He's got a cool room.
I don't think that would be. I mean, as I could see, it's not very well insulated.
No, it's not. Do they live in California? Maybe it's okay, but it does get cold here actually when you get used to it.
He's just sleeping on the floor. It's barely.
It's
a
an
room.
unfinished. Yeah, it's barely. He just has a mattress in the attic, and that's just where he spends his time. Very stonery.
He goes from listening to his headphones on his stereo
Walkman
to listening on a Walkman. This boy had fucking tapes
on his Walkman. Yeah. Real quick, Devon Sawa, I think, warmed our hearts, all the little girls and boys, as the physical version of Casper in the Casper movie.
You can't get over it.
I can't get over it. Yeah, he was fantastic. He was in that movie, again, only the physical form of Casper for probably like a minute, if that. And I think his famous line was, "Can I keep you?"
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty good line. But he had a great career in the 90s. Casper, 1995. Oh, yeah, how can we all forget? Fucking, he did Final Destination.
Oh, absolutely he did. I was going to get there.
I completely forgot. We just the haircut kind of threw me off.
The original Final Destination.
He was like one of these teen heartthrobs.
He was.
He was on the magazines and all this shit.
But the intro to him in this movie is he's just a fucking stoner. He smokes pot out of his God, what are they called?
It's an inhaler.
Inhaler,
Yeah,
exactly,
it's
because he has
asthma.
asthma, but that is just where he keeps his weed.
Yeah, which is pretty hilarious, which is pretty ingenious. I'm pretty sure somebody, but I don't think it would work because I'm pretty sure that plastic part would melt.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It totally would.
So he is like the stoner.
The stoner.
He's,
And he runs out of weed. So bear in mind, you guys, he has no idea his parents aren't even there. Hasn't even clicked.
no, I love it. I love it. He's
Yeah.
just like
Classic, though.
only later until he's like, I haven't seen my parents for a few days.
Yeah. Which is exactly what a stoner teenager would do. And so he calls up his buddies, Seth Green, and what's the other guy's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pub.
Well, he's going to go walk across the street
Yeah.
to get more weed from Seth Green.
Played by Eldon Henson, who is Foggy Nelson from the Daredevil TV show.
Okay.
He's had a great career too because he was on. First saw him in Mighty Ducks.
Oh, okay.
And he's doing great right now.
Nice.
Devin Sawa's also had a little bit of research into his career. He's played a lot of characters on the Chucky TV show.
Devin Sawa is a big horror head. Like, and I mentioned this earlier, not on recording, so I'll mention it now here, is I do believe that, like, him and Seth Green and, like, Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich, that's how you pronounce his last name, I do believe they're all, like, still pals. Like, you know, late 90s or early 90s teen heartthrob pals.
The Devin Sawa, he basically just, as you do, you just, like, back in the day, you just sneak into your friend's room through the window. Seth Green and Eldon Henson are already just, well, they already look like they're smoking, but they all have their bongs out. And, like, they're real nonchalant about it. Like, back in the day, you had to hide all your shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's this comfortable.
I mean, we are now, but we also live in California where it's legal. No way was it like this when we were teenagers.
And I don't even know, like even now, like, if kids are just comfortable, like, leaving their shit out, if their parents are really gonna care. I'm like, I don't know.
It's just true, because even though, again, we are of age, but if you're a teenager, you're still not technically supposed to be. Also, I was completely in love with Seth Green, and still am, in this movie. Even zombie Seth Green.
And then you do find out that there is a killer on the loose. I mean, it's old movie.
Oh, yeah, the point of this movie.
The point of this movie is that there is a killer on the loose. And then 2 kids at the local fast food shop were already murdered, along with Anton's parents. But unbeknownst to Anton, he has no idea that there is a killer on the loose. And he has a great fucking line. His friends are like, "Don't you watch the news? There's a killer on the loose." And he's like, "Man, I fucking hate that show."
I know. Look, there are a lot of really great, okay, for instance, moving forward, like, so Devin Sawa's character is in love with the neighbor girl who's played by Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba.
And he, speaking of a great line, he says it right here, because, like, a reason why he's gonna go run into her is she accidentally dropped her lyrics book in the street, and he's like, "Oh yeah, oh fuck, I can't go." Like, he says it so, he's like, "She's like a poet or something."
Where, come on.
But basically, he's like, he's shy and he can't talk to his, like, hot neighbor. So now he has, like, this chance to.
He's essentially kind of like a loser, but he's like not.
But not really.
No, like, these guys are.
He's conventionally very attractive.
Yeah, so, like, these aren't like losers in the traditional sense, because they're kind of like, you know, whatever, cool
They're
swords.
Stoners, I guess. That's
and Jessica Alba's driving a fucking motorcycle for being in high school.
Also, they paint Jessica Alba to be like this badass rocker chick, but she's not. She's really nothing other than a hot girl in this movie, which I wish they would have given her more. But yeah, the whole thing is like, yeah, she's this rocker girl and she's in a band, she plays bass. But when you do meet her, it's like that little baby voice the whole time. Like, oh my god. That's
She's
it.
like a poet or something.
Yeah, he goes, her songs are badass, man. She's like a poet or something. To be 14, 15, whatever.
Yeah, I want to say these kids are like 17, 18.
Yeah, they're probably a little older, but, like, I remember, yes. And her lyrics, when we get to it, oh boy.
Oh, man. All right, so then, but also, he's like her neighbor. Like, these are.
They're all
like,
neighbors.
Yeah, So the fact that he
They're all part of
doesn't
the
already
cul-de-sac.
talk to her, just like by osmosis, like you're my neighbor, I would have already
Yeah.
spoken to you. Is a little. I mean, guess he's just that attracted to her that he completely avoids her.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit obsessed with her.
Mhm.
But like I said, he's conventionally attractive, and the fact that is like these aren't really losers, they're just stoners, and they're kind of just losers that they don't do anything else.
Yeah.
But
I guess they're losers in that sense. Like that's literally all they do is smoke weed and watch TV and hang out,
yeah,
which isn't the worst thing to do. There are worse things to do.
There are worse things not to do. Yeah. But so apparently, like Anton is the biggest stoner out of all of them. So it's like they're friends. Seth Green and Eldon don't even want to fucking smoke with them anymore. And I've actually been that person.
I've luckily never been that person, but I've known that person you're like, oh god.
Look, well, I mean, like I didn't have a lot
Edgar's
of money
gonna
back
smoke
then.
all our weed.
Well, and I wasn't smoking all the weed. When I had it, I shared it. But when I didn't have it,
no. When I knew some of those kids though, that like always, not saying this is you, but like there was a kid that never had his own weed, and would show up and like want to smoke, and I was like, dude, you can't, like once or twice is fine, but after a while, like.
Oh no, we were. I mean, we're fucking selling myself out here, but whatever. But we were like every day. We were every day for a few hours, and like whoever had, and then on the weekends it was nothing but a mission to get it. And then just hang out with whoever. Yeah, it was. And those missions were just so much effort. So much effort spending so many hours trying to just find weed. We didn't have a car.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Like for me, I guess I don't know if maybe it's just as I've gotten older, I have just realized that weed is just a better option. Like there's no hangover. I can function, and it, like even if it is like my chill time, it doesn't interfere with anything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
More so like my health and stuff like that. Whereas when I was in high school and stuff, like we were all still so into drinking. It was all about where we were getting the booze that weekend, and then the weed was there as well. It was always like we were passing around a joint or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, high school days.
High school. Don't do that.
So rewatching this right now, it did take me back where like Devon Sawa's character was just
flooded. I was flooded with memories of just like being 16.
All right, so Devon, we come back. So Devon Sawa, he finds
the lyrics book,
Molly's lyrics book, which is a nice little sketchbook. It looks like.
Oh, does it though?
Oh,
where she has glued things from magazines.
Yeah.
Like a serial killer. Like it's like serial killer notes.
It was, like every letter's a different cutout from a newspaper. Yeah.
With her lyrics. Oh, but that's again. Okay, sorry. That is the person they're trying to paint, like who she is. Like she is a badass musician who's in a band, drives a motorcycle or a moped. But then you meet her and she's just sort of like the hot girl at high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she isn't the edgy punk girl that you try to make her out.
Well, she wasn't even that edgy. She was a little edgy.
Yeah.
But not like that.
Not really, though.
Yeah, she just wore a red leather jacket and drove a motorcycle. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Absolutely nothing wrong with Jessica Alba in this movie. She's beautiful, whatever. But I guess I also wish they would have given her a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
Because they tried to, but then...
Nobody has depth in this fucking movie.
I know. What am I saying? It's idle hands. Fair. Who's showing any depth? Nobody.
So Devon Sawa, he just gives her book. He doesn't say anything and just walks away, and she's just trying to say, hey, what's going on? Then we cut to Vivica A. Fox in Utah, who's on the hunt for this idle hand possession. Then she came across a prisoner whose hand is all jacked up, and we find she is a druidic priest driving in an airstream as she's coming across the trail of, I guess, the possession. Because it's not like a thing. It's just...
It's a possession, so a hand gets possessed. So it's not... It moves from person to person, basically. Okay. Is it ever explained? Is it?
A little bit, sort of. Kind of.
So anyway, it's now possessing Anton, even though Anton doesn't know it yet. Yeah. Or we don't technically as the audience. But this is what Vivica Fox is up to. And I like Vivica in this movie. She is fun.
Oh yeah, she's a
Like,
Foxy Brown type.
oh,
Like, she's
yeah.
just like a badass.
She like draws together some really funny
I
clues.
was gonna say, oh, she missed a few.
Like where she just is like, oh, you know what? It's an anagram. I'm on it. I know where he's gonna hit next.
Yeah.
And they are on the West Coast, so I'm assuming she might be in California.
Well, she's in Utah right now.
Oh, she's in
And
Utah.
then I guess
she's in Utah, but she's heading.
I guess where the pentagram would end. Yeah.
Again,
This was funny here. This little part right here. We come back to Anton. He's gonna go pick up some milk and groceries from the store, and he comes across this weird fucking alley which is covered in fucking smoke, and you know it's a fucking set. You know all of a sudden something's weird. Even the character knows something's weird. That's how silly this fucking scene was. And then all of a sudden the fucking cops just fucking ambush him.
yeah.
And for some reason they thought he was the killer.
They also mention here, and so it's a little meet with these two cops, and I think they say something like, we were in high school, like he's like 2 years older than.
Yeah, he's like, you guys were seniors when I was a freshman.
Yeah, there you go. And so now Anton's a senior, excuse me, so they're all seniors, so you're right, they're like 17, 18. And so that means these guys are 21?
They would at least be 22, 4 years later.
Okay.
This one's already bald in here. but like even, so like these guys are cops. And they're saying that yeah, Anton, you were a stoner back then too, and you didn't want to hang out with us because you thought you were too cool. So Anton's been a stoner for a long time.
And now they're cops, but now we're like, now we can bust you. Yeah. Like, they have the power.
And one of the cops is played by, there's a Sean Wallen, who's been in a bunch of stuff. You've seen him. He's like one of the quintessential like nerdy characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a very familiar face. I did not look up his credits.
No. But he's been in fucking everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're missing the movie.
But again, you guys, there's these cops give him a ticket for what I can't even remember. It's not important. Littering, because they found an empty bag of weed, but he didn't. There was no weed in it.
For $200, that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. And then
this is an awful myth.
Oh my god, this myth that so Devin runs home because Seth Green told him that, if you want to get really high, you can just mix nutmeg and oregano.
Oh my god.
Which is, I think we've all heard it from the beginning of time that was you could get high from that. You can't at all. Please don't do that.
Burn your throat.
You're gonna burn your fucking throat. Just use those spices for cooking, please. Like, put it on your chicken. Don't try and smoke it. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So like I said, this is what brought me back. This scene right here, we're just trying anything to get high. Like, this brings you back. It's just like, you're gonna scrape your bowl, you're gonna smoke your resin, you're gonna put
Jesus. Oh my god, I know, right?
Yeah,
scrape it. You could still smoke it. It doesn't matter if it's cash, man.
Oh no, we did it. Oh, it worked.
Oh yeah, it worked. It worked in our brains.
Yeah, no, you can totally smoke your resin. Yeah.
I know you can. I did too, but it's like, it's not the most ideal.
I always liked it. It was like,
you liked it? Okay, I guess
it made me clear. It was like, I like this clean high.
Did you have any weird things with bong water? Yeah.
I already knew what you were saying.
Well, I just didn't know if you were gonna review it. So not only because we had some idiot in our friend group that drank bong water and was like, you can get high. We're like, you can't.
Did he? No. Did you? I feel it.
He drank some of it, but I don't think it worked. I think he was just trying to be funny.
I totally feel it, bro. I totally feel it. No.
He's like, yeah, man, you can drink the bong water. That's the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So he knows he's not gonna get high, so he's just gonna go and make a nice bologna sandwich on some classic white bread, and he's just fucking sloppy about everything.
He puts a bloody knife from his parents' death as he's trying to put the mayo on his sandwich.
It looks like Cool Whip. I fucking hate fucking Cool Whip.
Cool.
It's like a fake Whip? Mayonnaise.
You mean Miracle Whip?
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, I was like, Cool Whip is cool. Miracle Whip is disgusting.
I love these effects because it just looks like jelly.
Yeah.
that blood would have dried already.
I know.
He notices that.
He finally noticed it.
And then he whispers, "There's a killer in my house. There's the killer."
He's like, the killer's in my house?
Why didn't this? I mean, it's just I know that some parts of this movie didn't age well. So Seth Green and Eldon Henson, they are Mick and Penub. They are his stoner.
Is it just Nub or is it Penub? Nub sounds better, but I could be wrong.
We always have.
Is the P silent?
But look, 82% on for Google users like this movie. So I think it does have like a bit
It's
of
like a cult following.
fun fact about one of the theatrical posters. They made a parody of it off of The Craft.
Oh,
So-
it looks exactly like The Craft.
yeah,
If
so
you
it's
look at
them
the
walking.
poster, it's very
Yeah,
fun.
it's actually really fun. It's actually got a few.
So I think it's just like leaning into the teen. I don't know. That was the era of those teen movies.
It's a teen horror movie.
Yeah.
It's a teen stoner horror movie, and maybe the stoner aspect was a little
or
early.
maybe they're just our versions, like the millennial versions. That's why we like them so much. Where it's just like these days, it's like Euphoria, and I'm like, I can't relate.
Oh, but Euphoria is such a heavy drama.
It's
like,
very heavy.
and like yeah, you're right. Like it's just more than it's just more than weed.
Exactly. Where I'm like, are they doing this in high school? I'm like, they might be,
It might,
but
be.
I certainly was not.
Devin Sawa is just a big old fucking cartoon character. He
is.
fucking hugs his dog. Great fucking dog, because he's so fucking scared. And this is where everything's kind of revealed to him.
Yeah, he does find his parents, I think, here shortly.
Yeah. The Nub and Mick are at the door as he's running around the fucking house, all fucking goofy like.
He is.
How does he not fucking realize? Like he's just so oblivious to everything.
Because he's stoned.
'Cause
I guess that's the
Or he's
point.
just permanently fucking. Which even though he plays a pretty good fucking, sober person, like because a stoner would have been.
That's true. I mean, he doesn't give off too many like, hey man, you know what I
he
mean?
doesn't give the stoner
like,
vibes.
Yeah, like stoner vibe, I guess. Even though he's supposed to be this huge stoner. But then again, when I'm stoned, I'm not like I'm chill. Like I'm not a person that's I don't know. Oh yeah, here's his dead parents,
Oof.
which I would agree with you. They don't look anything like the actors.
Oh no, I think that's why I was confused. She does, yeah. Oof, I fucking popped out. And he also like doesn't really miss his parents a whole fucking lot after this.
No, he's like mom, dad. Oh wait, they're dead.
Yeah. So then like there was a American Gothic mannequin set up by the window because it's Halloween, and then the killer had basically replaced the mannequins with his fucking dead parents. Anton goes running down the stairs because the alarm goes off, and he Mr. Magoo's it into the door, and he bounces off, and he hits the mannequins as they fall off, and then the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lanterns are on top of the mannequins, burst open, and then to reveal his parents that are all jacked the fuck up, like horribly fucking murdered. Like they are murdered screaming, and they are frozen in terror.
And then he brings in Seth Green and Nub or Pub, whatever we're going here.
And so these two fucking brainiacs,
and they're so hilarious that they just like walk right over the TV and they're like, "I love this music video."
Yeah.
Like if anything, these two are the quintessential stoners.
Yeah.
Like they have he has a slushie and they're like, and then they notice the dead parents and they're like, "Holy shit!"
I think there was another cold open too where the kids from the fast food shop were murdered. I could have missed that, or it might have been like in the special, in like the cut episodes. So Nub and Mick are basically just trying to talk to the corpses, and then they start doing CPR, and they are obviously dead.
Yeah.
The mom's missing an eye. They're just trying to talk to him.
They find severed ears, and they're like, "Oh no!" And then like Seth Green, this is about. Oh, he has a great line. He goes, "I found a clue." So he said, he goes, "A clue." And it's a little bit of t-shirt in the mom's hand, and holds it up to Anton. Of course, he has this like perfectly cut like on his shirt that like matches it, and they're like, "Oh no!" But give Anton some credit here. He is the one that very kind of like works it out pretty quickly. Like, I'm the killer.
but he's still like in denial. He walks over to the corner. I just like it's just clue after clue.
After clue after clue.
He's still thinking about it, and he walks over to the corner, and there's just the word ant spelled.
But doesn't Seth Green come over and go, "Was it ants?"
No, it's just they were killed by
ants.
Yeah,
yes.
He's like, "Don't be stupid. Do you have an evil aunt?"
Do you have an evil aunt?
Like Nub and Mick are like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then more clues. They the fast food bag spills over, and then we find some severed ears
which they obviously like quickly. They're like, you know what that means? That's the 2 kids that died at the fast food joint.
The Feldstein twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you were like, it's just clue after clue after
They
clue,
all
man. It's just we're in Clue.
It's funny though because just like that's how fucking oblivious Anton is. All the clues are literally just sitting
in front
the
of you.
room.
Like, I'm sorry, you were just in your house making a bologna mayo sandwich.
This is the best. This is another good part too. Mick holds the shirt up to Anton. He's like, the killer was wearing your shirt.
And then I'm the killer.
Yeah,
finally he works it out.
He works it out. He finds the black light paint on his hand. He's like, I'm the killer, and then he's just gonna call the cops. Nub starts getting really fucking stoned.
Nub just is like, I need. And so Seth Green was like, yeah, there's something wrong with my friend. Like, he smoked some nutmeg, I think. And then that's when it's like, we can't tell. No, like, we can't let anyone know that I'm the killer, right? Right? We can't let anyone know.
He does do this thing. He's like, I'm not the killer. Like, it can't be me. Like,
yeah, you know me, man. I'm your best friend.
Yeah,
like that's.
And this is where Devin Sawa starts doing some great fucking like body work.
Oh my god, the hand acting, body acting, whatever. Give it like Devin nails it.
100% the way.
He's so good at acting like the hand is a completely different creature. Like he has no control over this hand. And shoves a bottle right into Seth Green's skull.
For some reason, I thought I thought that played out, but no, it's just my memory taking place. You see the before and after.
You do, yeah, and it's great effects.
You see him go for the bottle, and then all you see is Seth Green with the bottle in his fucking head just fall straight to the fucking floor.
Yeah.
And then Nub's just like, hey man, it wasn't me, man.
Yeah, but it is such great acting from this point on, at least until spoiler alert, you guys. I mean, you guys are here listening to this. He does eventually cut off his own hand, which we find out is the wrong thing to do in this situation. But I don't blame him.
You
know, I don't blame him.
I don't know.
But the hand acting from Devin, I would like a little interview with him to know. Like, I want to know how fun that was.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we could have found something. Yeah.
I'm sure we can, and we didn't.
Superficial, like we said.
Very The Shining. There's like a little bit of The Shining right there.
There's a bunch of stuff. Like technically, the hand cutting off is like Evil Dead-ish.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like rewatching. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of references to.
Oh yeah.
And we're listening to this on mute right now, but I already know all the lines that are playing out.
Too. I know a lot of them.
Like Nubs, like why are you doing this, Anton?
Okay, before we started recording, I was explaining this and Mink couldn't relate, but as soon as I said it to you when I said, look at me, I'm LeatherFace.
Oh, that's one of the best lines. I've said that all the time since this movie came out.
Oh, I'm gonna say it now forever.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just randomly at you, Edgar. Be like, look at me, I'm LeatherFace.
That might just be like the fucking name of the episode, but yeah.
It might have to be because it's my favorite thing. Because Seth Green's holding like a turkey cutter, like when you cut
carver.
the carver. There you go. Yeah. When you carve the Thanksgiving turkey.
Nub almost makes it out. Devin Sawa grabs his saw and just fucking frisbees it across the room. Yeah. And then
Nub's out of here.
Nub is stage exit left. Yeah. For now. But
it's funny enough. In that, because they had ran it down to the basement in that scene where Anton and Nub are fighting, and eventually, as Nub is running up the stairs, the hand throws what are they called? The saw.
Yeah,
it's like a saw blade.
Yeah,
and then decapitates Nub. And I just want to make a funny little joke right there. Is that looked like the fucking staircase from Leprechaun?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, everybody uses the same. I was like,
everyone's
basement.
got this goddamn basement.
Everybody.
I'm like. And if this guy directed Leprechaun 2, maybe he was like, hey, can we use the Leprechaun basement?
Maybe. It's like, hey, you know that guy?
Yeah.
You know the set designer on Leprechaun 1?
We just like to come full circle
We
here.
need that guy.
We need that guy. I need that basement. Those stairs are crucial for this decapitation scene. I want to mention that the music in this whole entire movie is iconic as well.
Yeah, the whole
We're not there
soundtrack.
yet. The Offspring make an appearance. Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 makes a very short cameo.
Does he?
Yeah, I'll point it out. He works at the fast food joint. He's like working the window when Devin Sawa shows up.
the fuck
Yeah,
up.
it's so quick. He's like, "Hey, get out of here," and he goes like, "All right," and then it's so quick. But
Well,
it's Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
I mean, like, that was making a joke about it, but this is basically like one long MTV music video because like we have Blink-182, Offspring, Rob Zombie, Static X, Unwritten Law, The Vandals, like Motley Crue. Like this is a whole fucking just what is it? Like that's what I call punk rock heavy metal music album for.
Oh yeah.
Comp album.
Isn't there some Pantera in there as well?
I mean, maybe
I feel like there's a Pantera song.
Not on the album. It says here,
okay,
but it could have been used like in the background.
But still, like punk rock, metal, horror, as we know, the things we love. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
But it's a great soundtrack. Like I don't think I ever owned the physical like CD of the.
I don't know anyone who did.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did.
I don't think.
But
you
those
needed
songs,
to
the songs they used in this film, like I remember. I think I could sing every single one of them.
And I think the Idle Hands poster might be like another. Like they might have done a parody off of Psycho too. Like it's actually.
You know what? They probably just went with it. You're like, we're just like this is a goofball movie. It's a stoner movie.
$25 million. Like where did all this money go?
Pickups.
I mean, because a lot of the movie is, at least for the first half, it's just Devin's house.
Yes.
$25 million. That's a lot.
It's a lot. That's a lot. Where did the
we do got some
$25
coming up
million?
Yeah.
So we get back to Anton here, and he's upset. He's like, "Well, I just killed my parents. I just killed my friends." And then, which there's a little scene here where he sits down to watch TV, and the hand and him are like fighting over the remote control on like who gets to watch what.
Yeah.
And the hand keeps flipping it over to like hand related things. Which is that supposed to be porn? Is that supposed to be porn for the hand?
No, I don't know if it was hand porn or if he just wants to relate, so he just wants to watch things that are hand related.
Yeah. I just thought that was a really funny touch. I enjoyed it.
But it's the hand reveals himself. And like now the hand is sort of just taking over because now the hand has nothing.
So we
to
have
hide.
our killer. It's not necessarily Anton. It's the hand.
It's the right hand. Yeah.
It's
The cat throw was fucking.
The cat throw's funny. You
bonkers.
just twist the fucking cat. You get that classic like cat like as it goes up. It's a stuffed animal, you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, it is obvious a stuffed animal. Like they spent no money on.
Yeah, they spent zero money on that. They went to the Walgreens and got a stuffed cat toy. And the cat's name is Bones.
Yeah, so he's looking for Bones, and he comes across Jennifer Alba's fucking front yard, and then the hand has a mind of its own, and just the
hand just wants to kill. Straight up, hand wants to kill. Hand wants nothing else. Really.
It's good. It's good body acting. Like the way he flips over the fucking banister like that. The hand grabs the banister, throws the body over. He does like a straight somersault, like standing up. It is fucking ridiculous.
It's so cool. I would like to honestly know if he was just like, yeah, I just ran with it. It doesn't matter, but he does a great job. It's very convincing.
But so the hand rings the doorbell. Jessica Alba comes out. He's trying to hide, and then it's just a little flirting, I guess, sort of. But like you said, I understand. She has no other purpose in this movie other than to be kind of like
she's
the hot girl.
Yeah, she's the hot girl. She's the hot girl next door. Like that is the point of this movie. Is supposed to be his love interest.
Yeah, and it gives him a little bit of purpose later. But other than that, like she's not having a whole arc.
No, she doesn't have any. I mean, we'll get to her lyrics. Oh boy, are they good. But I guess you just found like this is just a scene where she invites him into the house, and you do get that like little bit of he finally gets to like hook up with her a bit.
Oh no! Apparently, yeah, they were banging. But like, I was like, I never really got no gratuitous sex scene.
There's no gratuitous sex scene, but I guess they do just like start calling each other baby later, which I guess would make you think that they did have sex.
Well, she said this later. She's just like, my parents are home, and I don't know if my parents would appreciate some boy banging their daughter.
She actually says that?
Yeah, she says it right now.
I missed it.
But like Devin Sawa plays like, unbeknownst to him, he's kind of playing like the sexy dude. He's like, I shouldn't be here. I'm dangerous. And she's like, oh, so dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just like, by making himself so mysterious, it's like intriguing her.
Oh, yeah, that's just like a win for every girl being like, ooh. He's so misunderstood. I can fix him.
Oh, wait, that's right. So she finds out that he read his...
You read my lyrics?
Yeah, you read... She's offended.
She's so mad. But then he goes...
Let's replay it. No, come on.
Here we go. There it was. Devil girl.
Okay.
She's got nothing to lose.
Okay.
She's got wind in her hair and gum on her shoes.
At least she's just like, I was 13 when I wrote it. All right. That's
okay, fair. I wrote stupid shit like that when I was 13 too, because I also could
rhyme.
I could rhyme, and I probably had gum in my shoe too, and it was a rough day.
Yeah. So then, just behind Jessica, every turn, the hand just wants to fucking murder her, grabs anything. And then Devin Sawa just keeps playing it up. He's just like, I shouldn't be here. I'm fucking dangerous.
So dangerous.
And then she's just like, ooh, yeah, how dangerous. And then the hand just does a little light sexual assault. You know?
You are correct, but she's not mad at it. Like, she giggles her way through it, but it is sexual assault. But it was the hand. He wasn't like, it wasn't Anton. But you know what? Gray area. I don't like it.
Yeah, and then apparently since they were flirting, and this is what it kind of was leading to, possibly anyway, maybe. But, she's kind of for it. But the hand at every turn just tries to fucking murder her. And I do see
Which is the fun part. It's not a sexual thing. Like, she's very into him. Like, we've gotten to that. Like, oh yeah, okay, they're into each other. The hand is straight up like, no, I want to kill her. Like, this isn't sexy time.
I like how the hand just like waiting around. The hand just starts fucking doing that tapping thing.
And Devin Sawa does do a funny thing right here, though. Like, he bites his own hand and then he ties it to the bedpost because he's trying to he's like, I want to hook up with this.
I was gonna say this is super dangerous, but I need to get this hand out of here.
I gotta get the hand out of the way, and then she goes, "You're kinky," and I just think that's
I don't know who's gonna tie up one hand, but also Devin Sawa was fucking gross. Like, he hasn't showered this morning. He's got blood on his fucking shirt.
Yeah,
he's probably sweaty. Like, it
smells gross.
What?
But you know what? He's dangerous, and that's what she's apparently into.
Danger rocker, what is it? Cool punk rocker chick loves
devil girl.
Oh yeah, thank you. Devil.
She's a devil girl.
So then
she can handle it.
So then we cut over to Vivica A. Fox, and her character name is Debbie LeClaire.
Debbie. Well, we're just gonna call her Vivica.
Yeah. So then that's why Devin's pants. So then we cut over, and then she's catching up to the hand.
Yeah. So basically, she knows where it's at now, and she's like, I gotta take this thing out.
Yeah. So then we cover over back to these lovers, and it's post coitus. His pants are down. I'm just saying.
Are they?
Yeah. He's got to pull up his pants. He's in his boxers right now.
Okay. So that was quick, as it probably.
That was quick. It was high school. Heyo.
Heyo.
So, they're smitten. She's like, let's go to the dance together. And she's like, but there's a killer on the loose. And she's flirting with them, being like, I'll protect you. And it's cute. Yeah, whatever. They're into each other. Whatever. They're high schoolers. It's fine. And then...
It's going to be stupid.
And Jessica Alba's parents come home, and, Devin Sawa just sneaks out the fucking window. Yes. Everybody just in and out of these fucking windows.
I love that. I love that. No one uses a front door.
Nobody. And then Devin just goes and buries his friends, with one arm. In the backyard.
Yeah, because he still has the hand tied and the fingers and stuff tied now.
So, which is not an easy fucking task.
No.
To bury 4 people.
You're right. How the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
That is like...
That's a lot of work.
That's more than an hour's time.
That is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And so he has this little eulogy for them, which I guess is sweet because he's basically really delivering the emotional capacity of what a teenager is.
Which is the whole point is that it's not much.
His whole point is that it ain't a lot.
Yeah, the whole point is that it's very, very small.
He's had a day, this guy.
And he got laid.
That's what I mean. He's had a day.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just not get stoned.
Yeah. Oh my God, think about it. All the things you can accomplish if you just do not get stoned.
Yeah. So then he starts hearing some groaning, some moaning, and then he's just like, oh shit, did I bury one of them alive?
Which, to be fair, I think being buried alive is one of the worst. I don't know if I could say it's my number
no,
one.
100%. That is a huge fear.
It's a huge, but that, ugh, no, thank you.
That is a scary, scary, scary thought.
That and caves, getting stuff like caved in.
I don't know what's being worse, getting buried alive in a casket, or getting buried alive like in
just dirt like that.
Just dirt. Yeah, it was a shallow grave. It was like
it was very.
So he's freaking the fuck out. He tries to get stoned. Seth Green.
Oh yeah, because they come to life and they are zombies. Yeah. They are the undead.
And for the longest time, I was like, the only reason they're the undead is just because they got too lazy to walk to the light. I was like, all right.
Because at the end, they basically say that. The reason why they didn't cross over is because they didn't feel like it. They were lazy.
The movie just got one level crazier because now there's fucking zombies for some fucking reason, not because of anything fucking supernatural other than the zombies.
Yeah, but just Seth Green and Nub, not the parents, by the way. So just his friends become zombies. So there's no rules.
There's no fucking rules. This fucking movie's random as shit. So then we cut to the next. So the zombies knock out fucking Anton. And it's the next morning, and Anton just can't help but figure like it was all a fucking dream. And I think he walks downstairs, kind of like the same. He just does the exact same thing he did the morning before. He gets his fucking Walkman, and he walks.
Thinks it's a bad dream. He's like, "That's crazy." Pays no attention that he's disgusting.
Yeah.
But he comes downstairs and he sees his best buds. Excuse me, his best buds. And they're just chilling watching TV. But of course, they're zombies.
So they've probably been watching TV all fucking night.
Of course they have. Real quick, the other cameo in this when they get to the fast food joint, it's Kyle Gass, who is from Tenacious D, with Jack Black.
How did I? All right.
So yeah, I mean, there's some random like really funny people.
So here we get introduced to Mick and Nub as fucking zombies, and we see they're all fucking jacked up and discolored, and they look fucking great, like.
Their makeup's great.
I always loved fucking Seth Green's fucking makeup. And
the bottle on his head? Love it.
I always thought there was liquid in that bottle for some reason.
I feel like it would have been cool if there was.
It was like just jiggling around.
When they showed him the bottle when they showed it, he very clearly broke it over the.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I do like the idea that it would be fun if there was liquid in it, but it wouldn't make much sense. Because this movie makes a lot of sense. We're really trying to tie it together for you all.
Like Seth Green's like the big bright light at the end of a long tunnel, and there's these chicks' voices and music.
It was like uncool music.
Yeah.
And the chicks were all like, "Come towards the light, come towards the light." And like you said, so they just didn't.
We figured
they were just like, "Fuck it." We'd rather be zombies.
And like in stoner fashion, like I'm not going over. And it's weird because the fucking like Mick and Nub still don't know what the fuck is going on. They just think Anton just fucking killed them and they came back as fucking zombies.
Yeah.
But like they see Anton just fucking fight his fucking hand, like, what the fuck is that about? Which is like they still don't have it fucking.
I know
together.
they haven't. They don't care.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the fast food joint, so we need to pay attention to all these sweet cameos.
So we're introduced to Randy, who's played by Jack Noseworthy, who's probably for horror fans like most known for playing Baby Bear in Event Horizon.
I did like a little bit of a deep dive on Jack Noseworthy, because I was like, that's a name.
That's a name.
That's not as good as Mr. Desmond Harrington, but man, it's right up there.
It's a weird name, but it's a name.
It's a name. Like Jack Noseworthy. Hell yeah.
So sorry,
yeah,
continue.
No, that's all. I just like checked out his Instagram. He's happily married. He's got a baby. I was like, I'll look at these guys.
So he's at the fast food joint where the Feldstein twins were murdered, and then he's just trying to pick up women like a fucking.
And he's a fucking creep too.
Yeah. And he's got some like horrible fucking tattoos. He's a fucking metalhead.
He's a metalhead, and I remember being also attracted to him. I was like, oh.
No, he's a good looking dude. Awful fucking tattoos. But...
Awful. And he's got a Quiet Riot shirt on.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like Quiet Riot. But it's just a funny, his whole look. He drives a big truck.
That's called Big Truck.
Big truck. Yeah, literally.
And he's just Anton just fucking stumbles in and kind of like fucking messes up his fucking game. And Randy's upset. He's like, "How could you cock block me? I thought we were buds, bro." And we find out like Randy lives across the street.
Again, they all live in the fucking same
They live
cul-de-sac.
on the same fucking like all next to each other.
They all do. And so like I get why these two are like pals, I suppose. Even though Randy is no longer in high school. They mentioned that in the beginning. We just like wrote it's not important.
Yeah.
He had a really creepy line in the beginning because he was very openly like hitting on a 16-year-old, and you're like, oh.
What does he say? What does he remember?
It was something about like he was like, "You're only 16, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I was 16 3 years ago or something." And you're like, "Oh
awful.
no!"
Oh Jesus!
All right, Tom DeLonge coming up.
All right.
So Anton dresses as a fast food employee and runs to the back because he's trying to get a hold of Randy. He really
it's
wants
a
to talk to
real
Randy.
fucking setup.
Here he is, Tom DeLonge.
That's why I didn't recognize him because he was fucking like
a baby.
Well, that and he's blonde.
Blonde. This is blonde Tom DeLonge. This is when he was like 20.
So Randy drives over the fucking memorial like a fucking asshole, and then just goes through a drive-through, which is like 10 feet away. So I'm like, I'm surprised nobody's just like, what the fuck's your problem?
Like, dude.
The hand is just fucking reveling that there's just so many fucking toys to play with in this fucking fast food joint. Knives, grill, all this stuff. He tries to murder the fast food manager. Anton just has to go to the only fucking metalhead and just has to ask about anything related to the fucking devil.
Because as metalheads, we know.
As metalheads, they know everything demonic.
And then we go, we know. We rain blood.
So this is where they get the fucking tagline, "Idle hands with the devil's playground, Anton. You just gotta keep your hands fucking busy. That's why I'm always working on the truck, bro. Keeps me out of trouble."
And it goes right into Rob Zombie's. Oh, I'm blanking.
Dracula.
There it is. You can hear it right now as we saw that music video.
Yeah. So then Anton's just knitting with his buddies, and they're getting fucking stoned, even though they're dead. So I don't really know.
Okay, but he is knitting because he thinks if I keep my hands occupied, they won't kill.
Yeah.
That's his theory, which isn't that awful, but it's like, what are you going to do, man? Knit for the rest of your life? Like, it's not a bad thought, but it's funny. It's funny.
He had a plan, and it was kind of working.
He was trying to execute it. It worked for a little bit.
Kind of working, kind of not working.
Then the cops show up. Remember the cops from before?
Yeah.
The cops that they all went to high school together or whatever that story was?
Yeah, they got a noise complaint, so they creep up to the window, and they see the dead bodies, and Anton fucking in the middle just sewing. So they decided to just be hero cops and run in instead of calling for backup because they want the caller. And it's a great scene. It's a bunch of great. I don't understand why movie gets so much hate.
It's the best thing. Put your hands up, and he's still knitting because he's like, I can't stop knitting. I can't. Otherwise, my hand will kill you.
And then the zombies started talking, so it freaks out the fucking cops. And one of them is
Nub in the head.
Exactly. So now the zombies are fucking like, yo, man, kill these cops.
But also, why would you immediately just assume that they're undead? It is also Halloween weekend.
Oh, like it could have been in costume?
Yeah, like wouldn't you think like here's some kids in their Halloween costumes. The dance is tonight.
Well,
isn't it?
Maybe because the head's in his lap.
I mean, special effects.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a little bit too. I mean, but cops are cops. They tend to do that. Sorry, everyone.
So then Anton gets like, yeah, jail. Jail's a great idea. Yeah.
Bring me to jail. Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps on knitting, and then the scene gets real fucking tense. They want him to drop the fucking needles until the hand just has had enough and decides to murder everybody in the fucking room.
With the knitting needles, which I love. I love the knitting needle through the brain.
And then he stabs him through the head, one cop, and then he grabs a taser and he fucking tases the other cop in the face. And it's a great fucking scene where he just gets electrocuted and sparks just go flying out. For some reason, I thought I saw I would see the skull flashing, but then
I'm sorry, Mick and Nub are just hell yeah.
Yeah,
they're just so jazzed that they just killed these cops.
Oh, and this is where Anton's had enough, and he just got the great idea to fucking do something about the fucking hand.
Oh, is this where he chops his hand off?
Yeah.
Right. Again, I get it. But they learn very quickly that doesn't solve it. Also, Anton doesn't go to the hospital. He cuts off his hand.
And he goes to the fucking dance.
And then he goes to his school dance.
I mean, it's high school. If you don't go to the fucking dance, like.
I never went to any dances. Did you guys do proms?
Yeah, we do. I didn't go.
Oh,
I didn't go either.
No, we did. We did proms and all that shit at my school, but I don't think I ever went.
No, yeah, all right. So then we cut back to Anton who's about to cut himself with the bagel cutter, and I love it because Nub's just like, man, that bagel cutter doesn't even cut. Fuck.
He said it goes, it won't even cut my bagel. That's literally the line. It's not even supposed to be.
I love how it just like the whole metal blade just bent.
Yeah,
it's a shitty ass fucking.
It looks like it was
cutter.
almost plastic. It didn't look like it was metal.
Yeah.
This is it. Oh my god. Sorry, this is the look at me, I have LeatherFace.
I think it just it's just Seth Green and how good he is. For some reason,
it's just so good.
Seth Green's makeup looks a lot different after this part of the movie for some reason. Like it wasn't consistent or it was reshot or something. But he's got a lot more color in his face all of a sudden. But yeah, could have just been the lighting or the way this
you're
cut
right.
is.
He looked a little bit. He looked more veiny when he was sitting on the couch.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
And now that he's in the kitchen, you gotta could be the lighting.
Yeah. And then of course some more body acting where Devin Sawa was just trying to cut off his own hand and his hand won't fucking have it.
It's great.
So you decide to use Nub to
bite down on the table. Hand, and you just like meat cleavers his own hand off.
Oof.
And we got some good fun fake effects, like some practical fake effects that I do enjoy. Like the bloody nub.
Oof. It's a ridiculous bloody nub.
It's a ridiculous bloody nub
nub.
That Seth Green very quickly is like, yo, we gotta block the blood flow. So it takes a hot iron, because apparently it was plugged in.
It was plugged in the entire time. Yeah.
Which is very dangerous. Please don't leave your irons on.
Yeah. Safety 101.
Yeah. And then goes in, cauterizes it, and then puts I believe that's a Target?
The Target bag.
I want to say it's a Target plastic bag that they wrap around his arm.
So he doesn't bleed all over the place. Like, Nub and Mick got him. They're his boys all of a sudden.
They are his boys.
He got hurt, and he's like, we're going to take care of you. They cauterize, they're going to go get antiseptic. And
yeah, so they run to the drugstore as zombies do.
Oh, I thought he said he was going to go across the street to his house.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I thought you know what, they could have, for all I've known.
You know what's actually funny is like Anton killing his parents is an easy way to take out the parents. Like instead of his parents being like, oh, we're going away for the weekend, so like no parties, and then all of a sudden Anton realizes that the hand is missing, and he decides to fight it 1-on-1 with the meat.
And then the hand wrote in blood, "Bad move, Anton," which I enjoy. So the hand's got a mind of its own. Fun fact though that I do remember. The hand itself as its own is the same guy that did the hand in Addams Family with the 90s Addams Families.
Oh yeah. You mean great hand actor Christopher Hart?
Christopher Hart. I'm trying Angelica Houston. That's who I was trying to get out. The
okay.
Angelica Houston Addams Family.
I guess he's
which I thought was cool. And as I was watching the hand. Just as the hand, I was like, okay, cool, I like it.
So now it's a different hand actor because
so it's no longer Devin. Yeah, this is the hand. What's it, Christopher Hart?
Yeah. So this looks great right here.
Okay, yeah. So he does catch his hand.
Yeah, he sticks it in the microwave. He fucking sets it on fucking nuke. The hand starts bubbling and just bleeding all over the place. This. Oh, it looks great. And then Jessica Alba's knocking on the door, so he's trying to avoid Jessica Alba from walking in. And then in the smooth move, he leaves the hand inside the microwave and he just runs to the door because he is ready for his date. And then all of a sudden they're in a relationship.
I guess since they slept together. I don't know. That's very, very, I don't know. That's very classic high school and even middle school where like you could I remember just like talking to someone on MySpace and you were dating. But then like at school, you didn't really talk to them. Like in person.
You just had an online boyfriend?
I had like an online boyfriend. We talk to each other at school or we'd like hold hands, but then later that day we'd go to MySpace and talk about it, like talk about school. I was like, it was so stupid.
Hey, I saw you from across the room.
Hey, I saw you in the hall while we were going through like into art class or something. I can't remember.
That is weird.
That is weird.
That is weird.
He's like, why? I don't know.
You didn't have a boyfriend.
It's fake boyfriend.
Yeah, it was a fake boyfriend. Yeah.
No, but I just meant like there's so much of it was fun because we did it on MySpace. Like it was going through MySpace because that was like the first time social media for us. So like choosing your songs and like choosing your friends.
Oh yeah, you had a whole profile. Yeah.
Exactly, and I remember like being like, I don't like this guy anymore and removing him from my friends list. Like that was like the extent of like, you know,
your top
drama.
7. Yeah.
This was like when I was 14, you guys. 13, 14.
Yeah.
High school was a little different.
So then the buds walk back into the room because they got some burritos and antiseptic, and then Seth Green decides to fix Nub's problem right here because he's just messing with him. and then he gets I guess like a barbecue fork,
sort of. Not really.
It's like a barbecue fork.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
Barbecue fork. I think that's correct.
They look great when they're in this scene. Like all the bloodshot eyes look so fucking good in that scene right there. They open up the microwave and they're like maybe we should clean the microwave. And he's just like, why don't we clean the whole fucking house while we're at it? He's like, are you fucking stupid?
Exactly. And so that's like the funny bit to it though, because it actually probably would have been okay. The hand would have been trapped in that microwave forever, presumably. But of course, they were so hungry and had to eat their burrito. They opened it and let it out.
So then Anton realized he's got to fucking do something about the hand. So he's just like telling that Jessica Alba, Molly, be like, I'll meet you at the dance. Please go now. And I forgot something. And she's just like insecure. She's like, are you okay? Are you sure? Is everything all right? And he's just like, yeah, baby cakes. He calls her baby snakes? Baby cakes. Whatever. He calls her something. Oof, that's gross.
Sorry, as you were explaining that, there is a small scene that like is so memorable because I hate it and also love it. So that said burrito that they microwaved, Nub goes to eat it, and then it like spews out of his neck. Ugh. It just looks like diarrhea.
Yeah, he used a barbecue fork to just like.
But then Seth is like, don't worry, bro, I got you. Grabs duct tape and then just duct tapes his neck.
Well,
he's like, you're good.
He's on like a fix-it, like a roll.
Burrito. Goes right back to eating that burrito.
Yeah.
As a stoner does, man. He just wants his burrito. Oh. He's hungry. He's got the munchies. Which is a true thing when it comes to weed. It's a true thing. But I find that it's only once you start eating.
Well, somebody said that, like, recently, like, if you're eating while you're stoned, then it just makes you stoner.
Oh.
And I was like, is that true? I mean, like, I understand the munchies thing, because, like, yeah, I would just eat and just keep eating.
Yeah. But I mean that only, like, if I'm stoned and then I start eating, and then I'll be more inclined to be like, yeah, I'll probably finish this bag of chips. And I don't know if it's just because it is so good or whatever. But if I don't eat anything, it's not like I'm craving. Like, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh yeah, I should like order a bunch of Taco Bell right now because I'm high. It's not because of that.
I'm not even gonna act like I knew anything. No, I'm sort of.
You were like tempted. You're like, should I look?
Yeah,
and then you're like,
I think I looked it up once. I'm like, oh. So then Anton's really fucking pissed. They let out the fucking hand, and then Mick and Nub are pissed because, like, yo, we got you fucking antiseptic. Like, we're fucking trying to help you, and you're being a little punk right now. So then we cut to introduction back to Vivica Fax and Randy, as for some reason they're really into each other like immediately.
I do love this whole bowling scene. The bowling alley scene with these two?
Like Vivica A. Fox is on the trail for the possessed hand, so she's like, where do hands go? The bowling alley.
But also, she has some really silly lines. They both do.
Oh, she plays it straight, though.
But she plays it straight, and that's why I love it so much.
Like, her character's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, so bonkers. But I remember writing it down, because there was one part in this bowling alley scene that was just so funny. But you know what?
Oh, like she just lays it out on Front Street, like.
Yeah.
Like Randy starts hitting on Vivica Fox, and she's just like, try to keep up. He's like, sure. And then he's like, what brings you to town? And he's like, you don't want to know. he's like, no, seriously, you can just tell me.
Just like, tell me, like, why do you come to bowling alleys?
No, he's like, why are you in town?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a druidic priest who's sworn to fight the certain evil force that possess the laziest fuck up that it can find.
But also, he's really into it. Like, she just lays it out, and he goes, okay, there's some weighty shit right there.
He believes her, I guess, because maybe she's playing it serious.
No, Randy's here for it. Randy is like all in at this point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's wearing a barbed wire necklace. It's kind of funny.
He was in Barbed Wire
Oh,
with Pamela
nailed
Anderson.
it. Good call. Yeah. He played like a little brother.
I think that's what he was.
Yeah.
But he's in the because again, when we go back to Mr. Jack Noseworthy here, I had to look him up just because he was so familiar, that face. I was like, oh God, what else was he in? So yeah, it was Barbed Wire on top of the other stuff. But it was, I'm pretty sure it was this movie that I was remembering him from. Because I was like, I know I had a mad crush on him in a movie, and I guarantee it was this one.
So Noseworthy just tells Vivica A. Fox, he's just like, oh, that's weird. Like, my neighbor, he said he had some weird thing going on with his hand earlier today. And then she's like, don't be fucking with me, boy. And then decides, she's like, I want to fuck with you. And then now they go on the chase for Anton. And I guess Anton realizes that the hand's going to go after Molly?
Yeah, because he finds another bloody clue, dare I say. And it says, she's mine.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
All right. So then Anton's asking...
Sorry. I'll let you go forward. But now suddenly the hand does have emotions, and other than what? Name it. It doesn't matter. Well, I'm not going to look into it. Go for it.
The hand has, I guess.
Hand wants to kill.
The hand wants to kill, so the hand has fucking drive.
Has drive. That's a better word.
And then he's telling, Anton's telling Nub and Mick's like, we got to go to the fucking dance and save Molly. And he's like, we're not going to the fucking dance. It's fucking stupid. And he tries to do this whole fucking speech as his friends try to get him stoned, and his friends just stop him in the middle of it. He's just like, no monologues. Let's just go. And I'm like, it was pretty great. See, like, they look completely different in this scene right here.
Yeah, their makeup looks like really, like it's gone.
Yeah.
They don't look nearly, and now they look zombied.
Yeah.
It was, when they first got into that truck, they did it, and then it went quick. So it could be just a lighting issue.
Yeah.
So
Anton steals Randy's truck as Vivica A. Fox is hot in his trail. And that's just manslaughter 1 right there.
Yeah, they back into Vivica Fox, and she goes flying. Real life, she'd be fucking dead. Yeah. Skull cracked.
She would have got run over. Like, yeah, I would have fallen underneath the truck at least. So they realize that Randy's truck is a fucking manual, and he's gonna have a little bit of a hard time driving it out of there without a right hand. And this is a really fucking creeper fucking moment, but Randy just kind of like looks around, and it's his moment where he's just gonna like, oh, I'm gonna fucking perform CPR on unconscious Vivica A. Fox, which is a real fucking creeper move.
Well, he's a creeper in this from beginning to end. They didn't get murdered that cool. He just strangles her.
Yeah.
So
I like how they just automatically stumble across the fucking bodies.
Yeah, but it was, once again, as we know in these cheesy horror movies, it was just a reason to show a pair of tits.
Yeah. And then we were introduced to the fucking prom. Boom. Did a Halloween dance. I keep saying the fucking prom.
Prom, Halloween dance. This is a pretty killer Halloween party, though. We never had Halloween parties like this.
No, we didn't have
The Offspring shows up.
Yeah,
a
fucking
party?
professional band playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a devil. There's a scarecrow. Looks like there's a princess. Got all the great characters.
And for some reason, Jessica Alba's dancing her own fucking music because she's not keeping tempo with anybody.
No, because she's a sexy angel.
What the fuck is it? Like, look, everybody else is dancing.
Everyone's bopping around to the punk rock.
Yeah.
And Jessica Alba is just like, not.
What the fuck is she doing?
I have seen the Offspring live. Have you?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Warped Tour, baby.
I was gonna say Warped Tour, maybe, but
Warped
I don't
Tour,
think
I think maybe 2007.
But helped.
Oh, Ming helped the lead singer.
Who
was he buying baby clothes? Okay. Well, then that checks out.
Ming helped a lot of famous people.
Yeah, we tend to run into a few. I mean, it's Los Angeles here.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
And all right, so we cut back to the principal after the dance, and we got, and then he's having a bit of a fucking kerfuffle on the fucking phone, explaining his fucking credit card number. Then you find out that he's calling a sex line. So if you don't know what sex line was, back in the day, if you just need to release some tension, you'd call a sex line. There'd be a sex worker on the other line, and then I don't know, they'd give you sexy time over the phone. And
Yeah, you called and you paid like $1 a minute,
like $4.99.
$4.99 a minute.
Like it was expensive.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Because it's a sex line.
And you just got to talk to a sexy person on the other line.
Sexy sounding
person on the other end that would basically just help you through what you needed to get done
to help
day.
you with your fantasy.
Yeah. And I do like this bit with the principal because I completely forgot about it. And it's fun that they killed the principal because why would the principal be at the school during the Halloween dance?
Well, he was
typically
there.
The principal's not going to be there.
No, I mean he could be there to supervise. Usually they're going to have a chaperone.
They're going to have chaperones, but it's not normally the principal.
Yeah.
In movies, I suppose it is. But I liked it a lot just because I honestly was like, who is he? Like, I didn't even think about it. Like, thinking that he was just on the credit card. Like, cancel it. And then it being a sex operator I enjoyed it a lot. So his death was fun.
And then we get the hand sharpening his fucking nails. In the pencil sharpener, which is a great setup. The hand is gearing up for a fucking battle.
And it looks cool, too.
Oh, it looks great.
The hand looks fantastic.
Holds up. Vivica A. Fox runs into Anton. And she asks him if you're Anton. And he doesn't even know he's a fucking teacher or not. Anton has no idea what the fuck is going on. She says she's there to help him because she knows exactly what the fuck is happening. He's like, cool. And then she's just like, I gotta fucking murder you. And then it becomes a different
Takes out her dagger.
Yeah.
And was like, well, cool, you're the possessed one.
It's a gnarly fucking dagger. Like I said, Vivica A. Fox is pretty badass. She's fucking taking it to fucking Anton.
Vivica Fox is. Like, from any movie I've ever seen her in, I've enjoyed her.
Oh, because what? She does all that physical acting in Kill Bill.
Yes. Oh my god, Kill Bill's amazing.
Yeah.
There's another one that's really stupid, but it's funny, and I've watched it probably too many times. It's called Joanna Man.
Oh, I can't remember that. I remember the title. So Anton tells like I cut off my hand, and then Vivica's like, "Fuck, why'd you do that for?" Now it's out fucking doing its own fucking thing, and it needs to murder somebody before midnight. And
there was a great bit right here. Can I interrupt you?
Go for it.
All right. It was when she checks the time, and she's like, "We got to get going. Like it's like we have to kill the hand by midnight." And so Devin Sawa looks at the clock. He goes, "Oh my god, perfect! It's 9:56, or it's 8:56. We have a bunch of time." And then she goes, "No, it's actually 11:56 Druid time. So we got to go now." And then he just goes, Devin goes, "Right, Druid time." And then they just run off like questions. They're like, "We got it. We only have 4 minutes. We got to kill this fucking hand."
Yeah, this is really fucking stupid. Yeah.
So we have Vivica Fox,
you
Devin Sawa, and
you just keep going with it. Yeah.
Randy's, I told you, he showed up and he's like, "I'm just here." Like, I think he's just hoping to get laid.
Oh, yeah. But now he's involved in something much more. So then we got a great setup. Oh, see right here. This is fucking a la Carrie right here. Devin runs into the prom dance. He gets the microphone. He says there's a killer on the loose. Everybody needs to run out as soon as possible. And everybody thinks he's making a joke. Offstream's back here doing their best acting as Noodle's like, "Get out of here, kid." And then Dexter Holland walks up to Devin. He's like, "All right, you've had your fun." And there's a great setup right here. And it actually looks like his fucking scalp.
Dexter gets scalped.
Yeah.
And it's good. You did a good job.
It looked like the effects look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like that looked really, really good. I don't know if that would kill you though. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Correct, you might not be dead, but ugh. Yuck.
And the fucking hand is just causing a fucking apparently the hand can fly. So
sure can. Addams Family rules.
Yeah, it's just doing whatever it wants.
I dub that this also has Addams Family rules. The hand can do whatever.
Yeah. It cut the rafters off the ceiling. It fell on people. It tore off Dexter's head. It's just running around causing a fucking mess. Oh, I was gonna say, does Molly's friend? I don't know.
Yeah, Molly's friend, the devil girl, does get
she get murdered
sliced.
right here.
She does. That's what I've kind of enjoyed. That like a lot of teens do get murdered. Going back to probably why it didn't do great as far as opening the week after Columbine happened.
And then everybody's running around. It's a fucking mess. Then Mick and Nub are just sitting there. And then Nub's just pissed because he was about to fucking score with the devil chick. And as the devil chick runs away with Molly. And Mick is just consoling him, even though Nub is dead and she was making out with him, which is pretty gross.
That is really gross. Because you would find out that that's not a costume pretty quick.
Apparently, there was a bunch of more cameos. Like, apparently, Kane Hodder's in this, who was Jason. Like, apparently, Rob Zombie's in this for some reason.
Well, Rob Zombie's in it during the music video.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
they actually credit him, though?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. I was like, I don't think he actually makes a cameo, though. Not like The Offspring or Tom DeLonge.
Oh, then was it Kane Hodder? Because did they play a clip from a different movie? So then we cut to this ridiculously large fucking air duct that's big enough for two people.
Which two full-grown people.
Yeah, I've never seen an air duct that fucking. And then
They're not.
They can hear the Jessica Alba and.
They also thought the smartest way to escape the killer hand was go through the air vents.
Well, the hand had basically locked all the doors.
Did it?
Yeah, he locked all the doors and he took the latches off the locks. And
well, I'm sorry once again.
These girls are freaking out that they realize that there is no easy way out. Of course, they come across a comically large fan.
But this happens in every
100%.
escape movie where people climb through the rafters, through the vents. They get to a fucking fan that's gonna murder them. And how do they cross it?
I don't even think these things actually exist.
I don't think so either.
I'm pretty sure the fans buy the compressor on the outside. Whatever, regardless.
Yeah.
All right, Jessica Alba sticks a heel inside the fan and it gets it stuck. Just giving her just enough time to squeeze through. And they also make these fans deadly. Like in every game. Like it's never like a doll or made out of plastic. Or
Correct. But to be fair, those large industrial fans like that could definitely kill you.
All right, whatever.
Okay. I'm just saying.
All right, whatever.
It's not like your normal ass ceiling fan.
So Jessica Alba, she's being look. You said actually, you're right. Look, they gave her some agency here. She's saving herself.
Okay.
Yeah. Like she tied the whip up onto the
Where'd
ceiling.
She get that rope?
Oh, the devil girl was carrying a whip.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So she tied it next to the fan. She's gonna, shimmy down and escape. And devil girl's kind of freaking out. Devil girl is losing her fucking shit, and Jessica Alba's trying to keep it together. Mick and Nub are on their trail trying to save them, and I guess that's what they're running away from. So it's kind of like a goof 'em up. Not. And the devil girl is basically she's really, really scared. See, that's where you can't hesitate in these scenes.
You can't. You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You have to go.
Life or death. Don't hesitate.
She's hesitating. She's nervous. She's like, the fan is scary.
And then she realized that the rope's being pulled up. And the hand's in the room with them.
And so the hand uses said rope or said whip and then basically hangs her.
And Jessica Alba has no idea what's going on. She just jump. And she jumps. Choking herself. The hand's kind of really fucking malicious.
I do enjoy the hand. I think the makeup and attention to detail on the hand is well done.
They got some great... Look, because the hand scared the shit out of her, choked her with her own whip, hangs her, and then throws her up into the fan, covering Jessica Alba in fucking blood. Going back to our last episode, we talked about memorable kills. That is a memorable
it's
kill.
Cool.
Actually, a lot of these had memorable fucking kills.
I think when I said they're creative, they are. All of them are pretty creative, and I enjoy it.
Nub and...
Sorry, we were reading it and both laughing.
This is good because so Nub and Mick come across the devil girl's remains, and he's just like, "Hey, man, you're sure gonna get a piece now." It's fucking shit, really fucking shit, but it's good.
And then Nub's just like, "Oh god," because he knows it's such a bad joke, but it's also a good joke. Yeah. So Jessica Alba got knocked over the head with a vase because she was trying to get into the art room, and I do like this little bit here where the hand takes over some puppets.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty comical. Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's a good setup. There's a lot of good hand jokes that
hand jokes, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there any hand job jokes in this?
There's one.
There's one hand job.
He's in this weird fucking puppet, and the puppet starts to fight Devin Sawa, so it's just a little fucking character fighting him.
And so, but now we're back to some amazing hand acting from Devin, because he does act like the puppet's attacking him, and it's very clever. I like it.
And the boys, Mr. Magoo from the fucking scene, knocking Devin Sawa out as he had the fucking hand dead to rights. The boys don't really help out very much.
And then in the meantime, Jessica Alba has been taped to like the hood of a car, and she's getting what's that called when you take your car to the shop?
I think they jack it up or they lift it, car lift or
lift it
whatever.
up, and is like basically going to smoosh her.
The hand is still inside the fucking puppet.
Which is great. They just left him inside this puppet, but then they gave the puppet evil eyes and teeth, which was not part of the puppet from before.
And I guess where's the car getting lifted to? Like, so she's tied to the roof of the car.
She's tied to but it's just getting lifted towards the ceiling to squish her. There's no.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, there's no other threat other than that. Like, it's just gonna squish her. But then guess what Seth Green finds?
A fucking bong made of a fucking muffler. Which is just like, so they bring it back to the stoner jokes.
Yeah, because this is in the school, need I remind you. So you know there were some kids in there. Maybe them, who knows?
I have seen some creative bongs made in high school.
I have seen some very creative
bongs.
Oh,
that's where it is. Oh, yeah, so they're just trying to squish her against the ceiling against the giant pentagram. They take her soul to hell, obviously.
Yeah, but they quickly have to get high with this fucking bong made out of a
muffler,
which is funny,
which has gauges.
And Jessica Alba does have a very I enjoy this right here where she goes, oh my, she basically is like, are you just getting high with your friends? Because it's like she's like, I'm about to fucking die. Like,
and what was it? I think one of the boys says like, I need my spinach. Is pretty good.
Which, to be fair, if I were her, I would also be like, are you fucking serious right now? But the whole reason why they got to get out of this is that he tokes the bong and then he smokes out the puppet. So now the hand is high because it has lungs, apparently.
Yeah.
Which, stopping the car just barely so Jessica Alba does not get squished. She's very delighted.
It kind of looked like they really did. Like, it was like, what kind of, in that setup? Like, was that a real roof? Like, what would have happened if they would just keep pressing? Like
if she would have gotten squished?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see it, but I get why we're not going to see that from the main characters in this particular film.
So Anton's gonna trying to save Jessica Alba one last time. The hand goes after Anton. Vivica A. Fox runs into the room. She stabs the fucking hand with her magic dagger, and the hand shakes and fucking disappears as it's lodged inside Seth Green, aka Mick.
The little poof.
It was
a very cute. It's very cute poof.
Yeah, and Mick was just like, that was fucking weak. I expected something else.
And then she goes, time for the ritual sex to Randy, and then he's like, finally, and they just go off.
Yeah, that was great.
Great. That's all you need. Just being like, okay, they're gonna go fuck. Awesome. Like, and then he gets down Jessica Alba, and everyone's all happy. They save the day.
You know, Anton didn't even save the day. He just kind of it was just fucking Vivica A. Fox.
It was Vivica, and also he's got to live his life now without a right hand.
I wonder. I'm trying to remember what the epilogue was. Wait, oh, I remember. This is what happened. Okay, it's actually kind of funny.
Wait, well, I mean, anyway, everyone's all excited, but also this bit is finally when Mick and Nub go to heaven. They finally decide, like, actually, you know what? Like, let's go to heaven.
Yeah.
Because remember from the beginning, they weren't into it.
They accidentally fucking Mr. Magoo the fucking carjack, and it lands on fucking Anton, crushing his fucking body because they wanted to get stoned.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I totally fucking forgot. That's right. Anton gets crushed, but not dead. Not dead.
I like how they're like, he's like, that wasn't my fault. That should have happened a lot slower.
It's a pretty intricate shop class though for a high school. That's cool.
We had one,
but it wasn't that cool.
Well, actually, we didn't have a metal shop. We had a
no, this is like a metal shop. Like, we had a very tiny
only on TV. Yeah. So the boys go up to heaven and they take their muffler bong. All right, and that wraps up
That's it.
1999's Idle Hands. Definitely a good 420 watch for all you party goers out there. I think it holds up. It's not bad. Yeah, I think we might be adding this to, we might be lost in the 90s for a little bit. So Devin Sawa was, he basically got what he wanted, like from the beginning of the movie. Just like, I just want to sit around and just have a girl bring me food, and it's basically what's happening at the end of this movie, where Jessica Alba's bringing him fucking Jello or whatever. And speaking of real life horror, like that actually, I forgot what me and Ming were listening to. This really, oh, was it This Really Happened? Or I Really Survived? As I can't remember what the name of the podcast was, but there was a guy that was crushed by like several thousand pounds of marble, and he had like an inch like left, which like left him to survive. Yeah, it was, and he's basically his entire fucking body's fucking crushed. Like, and if it completely flattened him, he would have fucking died. Yeah, she looked at Ming looked him up. Looks like a normal fucking dude. You know, weird part. He wasn't even supposed to be there that day. They called him in to fucking work. He's just like, I don't want to fucking be here. It's my fucking day off. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, real life fucking horror. Don't go to work on your day off.